After Cancer is Leo. Okay, so for all my Leo sun sign, moon, and rising, and or anywhere else on your chart, feel free to apply. If you have nothing to do with Leo, also you could apply this to your fifth house: romance, love, affairs, play, creativity, fertility, childlike spirit, joy, self-expression, drama are some of the key words and phrases that have to do with fifth house Leo. So let's jump right into a spirit of gratitude, joy, love, and light. Highest possible messages for Leo at this time. Let's see. Okay, we got the Wheel of Fortune in reverse, stuck energy, Jupiter, Sagittarius, not unlike the Cancer sign before you. Feel free to watch Cancer's reading. Jupiter energy, Sagittarius energy. Jupiter is in Pisces. This is where you want to expand upon until the 28th, when Jupiter leaves Pisces and goes into Aquarius. You're going to want to do some healing, some closure, infuse spirituality to interpret the narrative of your life to the extent that you have the pen in hand. You could write the best possible narrative that you can, and a lot of that occurs with spirituality. Spirituality is a stripping away of who you think you are based on cultural conditioning and identification. So a la Mooji, check out Mooji, Mooji on YouTube, or his Buddhist teachings, Buddhism in general, where you're not the I concept, you're not the feeling concept, but rather you're that which is tapped into the highest of highs, and you're kind of on your home journey back to source. In spiritual kind of definition, we like to think it's all the positive attributes of being a human being. Tapped into the highest of highs, your highest possible reality, positivity, abundance, heartfelt connection, coherence with heart and mind. All these positive aspects and attributes are, what our kind of culturally introduced form of spirituality is. But in order to be able to infuse that and kind of express on the canvas your highest possible reality, again, all of the Wheel of Fortune, because what's the Wheel of Fortune trying to land on for all of us? Abundance, growth, mindset, highest of highest possibility. In order to be able to do that, you have to realize that you are not your shortcomings, your lack, your state of want, your state of lack, and that's where kind of sitting, in a meditative pose with your eyes closed, being back to that darkness, that, hello darkness, my old friend, source energy, that blankness, that emptiness, that's pure being, okay, outside of concept. So when you get back there, you understand that emptiness, that void, that vacuum is the canvas upon which you can express those higher qualities and higher nature. That's the whole journey of life. So the fact that you have the Wheel of Fortune in reverse, now we're talking about that stuck energy that wants to flow, especially since Jupiter is in Pisces until the 28th. You're going to want to change your limiting beliefs. What are those kind of like knee-jerk reactionary beliefs that are keeping you stuck? You're going to want to strip that away, a la spirituality and spiritualism, and realize that you're not that self-limiting, culturally conditioned belief that's keeping you stuck. It's all in your perception reality. So this is what, spirit or the tarot cards or whatever you believe in, quantumly, fate and destiny is wanting me to tell you right now, based on this Wheel of Fortune in the reverse. Now's the time to do that if you're watching this video, and or timelessly when you come across this video. Just because a planet leaves a sector, Pisces, 12th house in astrology, doesn't mean that you can't still kind of work its value there. Now that things are opening up, and whatever, everything's not in lockdown anymore, Jupiter is going to bring in its kind of luck and abundance and growth and expansion, the same qualities of the Wheel of Fortune, into not only your spiritual life, because now it's leaving Pisces, whatever, this is when Jupiter's supposed to bring those attributes into Pisces. Again, Pisces has to do with endings, healing, closure, spirituality, solitude, karma, old age, afterlife, what's hidden, limiting beliefs, self-conscious. So you could tap into Jupiter's luck and abundance to grow in that sector. Look up 12th house astrological chart, okay? And you're going to be able to read what I'm reading. Let's see. So now Jupiter's going to bring that abundance and that luck in the sector of Aquarius, the 11th house, after the 28th of this month, July 28th, 2021. That has to do with expansion, luck, abundance in groups, friends, social awareness, humanitarianism, technology, hopes, wishes, the future. Okay, so when you heal, when you do the spiritual healing, then you could get rid of what limited your belief system, which kept you from seeing your future vision of self. Your highest of highest potential is always still available to you as long as there's breath and air in your lungs and your heart is beating and all that good stuff. That's what the essence of motivation and spirituality is. That the highest of highs is still attainable. Not only is it attainable, but it's your approach that you create reality from. What else? Okay, so Wheel of Fortune in reverse, stuck energy. You want to start to incorporate that Pisces flow, because that's what Pisces is known for, and let go, let God, trust, faith. If you have to do whatever you have to do to understand things intellectually and intellectually heal the narrative and, whatever you have to do that. And there's a lot that you can do because there's a lot that we could understand quantumly as far as energy and beings and all that stuff. That's up to you. Incorporate the flow, let go, trust that there's a higher faith, a higher power, a higher narrative, so that you can move forward. The Sagittarian aspect of this could have to do with, because again, ruling planet of Sagittarius is Jupiter, so I'm going to look at the 9th house in the astrological chart, the default chart. Sagittarius has to do with travel, wisdom, philosophy, higher education, law, religion, cross-cultural relations, learning, and ethics. So this learning of a new way of spirituality, philosophy, this is going to impact your ability to travel by looking at something in a different light in which maybe you were limited to based on where you left off spiritually speaking. Okay, so now you're going to be infused with this whole new enthusiastic approach, and that's probably going to open up doors and travel and all these other things that 9th house of Sagittarius has to do with. So when the tarot card comes out in the reverse, we're talking about all the attributes that are missing, right? And so when we work it out and we talk about it, shout out to the AC shutting off in the background, then we could turn the card right side up. All right. So Leo. And also I have a sense that because this is Leo, all of these kind of philosophical, spiritual approaches and understandings are going to allow you to get back into that childlike wonder, the spirit of joy and self-expression, which is represented in the 5th house of astrology, which Leo rules over. And this is also going to help in the romance and love department as well, because it's 5th house Leo in astrology. But you got to get back in the mix. You got to get back in your personal momentum and flow. And that's what we're here for. Okay. You guys, feel free to reach out for a one-on-one reading. Leave comments, like, share, follow, subscribe. Let's see what else. 4 swords in the reverse. This is a need for meditation, contemplation, reflection. Okay, like we were talking about that Jupiter and Pisces energy. Revamping and re-articulating to yourself the narrative, but this time with you in a position of power. We're not talking about escapism. We're not talking about lying to yourself. We're talking about giving an understanding to yourself that meets the prerequisites for you to be able to move on. And that's what the healing is about. Okay? So when you do that work here with the 4 swords in reverse, this guy's laying on his coffin. He's thanking his lucky stars after the battle, because he's not dead yet. That's what they did in olden times. After a war or a battle, they would meditate on their coffin and be grateful for their life. And, that gratitude and appreciation doesn't come externally. It is something that you tune into, and it is a lens by which you view your reality. That's why we're saying cultural conditioning has it so that your lens becomes a lens of lack and a lens of what's the opposite of gratitude? Ingratitude. So you want to be conscious of that this is what's going on, kind of unconsciously. So be aware of that, take power of that narrative, and really set yourself straight. So once you have that reflection, then now we're going to get that Jupiter and Pisces, because this is Pisces energy, 10 of Cups in the upright. happy, whole, complete, high watermark endings, but not only endings, it could be a new precedent moving forward for your standard of understanding your reality. This is like paradise, but you have to be able to recognize the potentiality of it. Ten of Cups in the upright, the best card for happiness, harmony, especially in relationships, and that comes after you do this reflecting. Because it's not that the pieces weren't there, it's just that you weren't looking at it correctly. That's why it came out in the reverse, because it's like a puzzle picture that's put together, but it's crooked, and so you can't see the image correctly. After you do this healing, you're going to be able to see things correctly, and you're going to realize that it was perfect all along. It's just that all that negative bullshit, subconscious shit that we come from, that in and of itself is the what's the word? Fertilizer that you need to grow from, because now it empowers you in your kind of perspective, and how to take control and command of your perspective and your perception, thus dictating your own reality and narrative of life and empowering yourself. So you can look at, woe is me, or you can look at it all as an opportunity and a stepping stone to be the person that you want to be, and not needing external reasoning or validation to be able to do so. What else could I say, Leo? So yeah, it was perfect all along, but you just had to realize it, because in a way your higher self is realizing that you were perfect all along, because cultural conditioning can't pervert or kind of tarnish the essence of what we are as life before concept. So deep thoughts there, Leo. That's what I got for you. Feel free to reach out for a one-on-one reading. Leave a comment below. Subscribe, like, share, follow, holler at your boy. Peace.